The Pacific Ocean appears calm and endless beneath the morning sun. Yet far below its tranquil surface,
Nearly 20 kilometers beneath the waves, gigantic tectonic plates have been quietly storing unimaginable energy for centuries. With every passing year, the pressure continues to grow until the Earth's crust can no longer withstand the tremendous force.
Then, in only a few seconds, the fault ruptures with explosive power, releasing one of the greatest forces found in nature. As the seabed rises, it lifts an enormous column of water, creating the first pulse of an unstoppable tsunami. From the surface, almost nothing seems unusual, yet one of the most destructive waves on Earth has already begun its silent journey.
Far offshore, the crew notices nothing unusual as their ship gently rises and falls above the massive wave hidden beneath.
Unlike ordinary waves, a tsunami carries its energy through the entire depth of the ocean.
Its enormous energy stretches from the surface all the way to the ocean floor, making it unlike any ordinary ocean wave.
Even the giants of the sea continue their journey, completely unaware of the powerful wave passing silently around them.
Far offshore, the tsunami remains so gentle that even massive ships barely notice its presence. In the deep ocean, the wave may be only a meter high, yet it stretches for hundreds of kilometers. Marine life adapts naturally to the changing currents, sensing little of the immense energy moving across the ocean.
The coastline remains peaceful, unaware that the distant ocean is carrying a force capable of reshaping entire landscapes.
The tsunami travels not as a breaking wave, but as an immense pulse of energy racing through the sea.
With every passing minute, the invisible wave draws closer to the vulnerable coastline.
Morning life continues peacefully as fishermen prepare for another ordinary day at sea.
Nothing on the surface reveals the immense energy silently approaching from the open ocean.
For those enjoying the beautiful coastline, this morning feels no different from any other.
Deep below the surface, the ocean is already responding to the massive disturbance created by the earthquake. The beauty of the ocean often hides the extraordinary power that lies within it.
From the lighthouse, the sea appears perfectly peaceful, offering no warning of the danger still far away.
Every second, the tsunami continues its relentless journey across one of the largest oceans on Earth. High above the waves, the sky remains peaceful, while an invisible force races silently below. The coastline grows nearer with every passing moment, yet the approaching danger remains hidden beneath the tranquil sea. Soon, the ocean's silent journey will reach the shore, revealing the true power of the tsunami.
thousands of kilometers from the earthquake, the ocean still appears perfectly calm, hiding the immense energy racing silently beneath its surface.
Nature continues its daily rhythm, completely unaware that one of Earth's most powerful waves is rapidly approaching.
Deep beneath the surface, life continues peacefully while the tsunami's energy silently passes through the ocean. Even large vessels crossing the Pacific rarely notice a tsunami while it travels through deep water.
Along the shoreline, fishermen prepare for another ordinary day, unaware that the ocean has already begun to change.
Inside sheltered harbors, everything appears perfectly normal, with no visible warning from the sea.
As the seabed slowly becomes shallower, the tsunami begins preparing for its dramatic transformation.
The slowing wave has nowhere to send its energy except upward, beginning the process that will create towering walls of water.
As the tsunami enters shallower water, its speed begins to fall, but its immense energy remains unchanged.
Unable to move as quickly, the wave starts compressing, forcing more water upward as it approaches land.
The changing shape of the seafloor transforms a fast-moving pulse into an increasingly powerful wall of water. Harbors remain calm for the moment, giving coastal communities no reason to suspect what is rapidly approaching.
To everyone enjoying the beautiful shoreline, the ocean still appears peaceful, welcoming, and completely ordinary. Unlike ordinary surf, a tsunami does not arrive as a single steep wave, but as an immense moving surge.
As the ocean grows shallower, the wave becomes shorter in length and dramatically greater in height.
For those standing on the shore, the morning still feels perfectly ordinary, despite the enormous force approaching from offshore.
The sheltered harbor remains peaceful, even as the immense surge gathers strength beyond its entrance.
With every passing second, the wave slows further, growing taller as its tremendous energy is compressed.
The tsunami is no longer invisible. Its enormous shape is beginning to dominate the horizon.
After crossing an entire ocean in silence, the tsunami finally reveals itself, standing between the sea and the unsuspecting shore.
What was once an invisible pulse has become an immense wall of moving water stretching far beyond the horizon.
From higher ground, the extraordinary scale of the approaching surge becomes impossible to ignore.
The sea no longer follows its familiar rhythm. Every moment now brings the coastline closer to impact.
Near the coast, the entire water column is set into motion as the tsunami gathers its final strength.
Unlike a breaking surf wave, the tsunami advances as an unstoppable mass of moving ocean. Its leading edge may appear deceptively gentle, but the immense volume of water behind it continues to push relentlessly forward.
Towering higher with every passing second, the tsunami now dominates the entire seascape.
An ordinary morning is about to become a defining moment in the lives of everyone living along this coast. The final seconds before impact reveal the true scale of one of nature's most powerful and destructive forces. The silent journey across the Pacific is over. In the next chapter, the unstoppable force of the tsunami will meet the land.
The tsunami leaves its birthplace behind, beginning an extraordinary journey across the vast Pacific Ocean.
Far out at sea, even the largest vessels rarely detect a tsunami passing beneath them.
Deep beneath the hull, the entire ocean moves together as the tsunami continues its silent passage. Across the deep ocean, the tsunami remains almost impossible to distinguish from ordinary swells.
Far from land, the Pacific appears perfectly peaceful, while an invisible tsunami races silently beneath the surface.
Even an entire fleet can unknowingly travel above one of the fastest and most powerful waves on Earth. The deepest regions of the Pacific offer little resistance as the tsunami continues its extraordinary journey. Remote islands rest peacefully, unaware that an immense force is silently approaching across the ocean. Hour after hour, the tsunami preserves nearly all of its energy while crossing the immense Pacific basin. Ahead, the deep Pacific will soon give way to shallower seas, where the tsunami will begin revealing its true power. Across the deep Pacific, even the world's largest ships glide above the tsunami without realizing it is there.
Unlike ordinary waves, a tsunami carries its energy through nearly the entire depth of the ocean.
Thousands of kilometers from shore, the tsunami races beneath one of the busiest shipping routes on Earth. Far below the surface, life continues peacefully, while the tsunami silently crosses the Pacific above. The immense vessel experiences only a gentle rise and fall as the tsunami passes beneath it. The peaceful island offers no sign that an immense wave is silently approaching from beyond the horizon.
The ocean itself becomes a moving body of energy, carrying the tsunami across the Pacific basin.
Hour after hour, the tsunami preserves astonishing energy while remaining almost invisible. Neither marine life nor passing ships can easily detect the immense wave racing silently across the deep Pacific.
For the first time since its birth, the tsunami begins to feel the rising ocean floor, where everything is about to change.
Long before reaching land, the rising seabed begins quietly reshaping the tsunami.
As the ocean becomes shallower, the tsunami begins converting speed into height.
The tsunami begins slowing, yet the enormous energy it carries remains almost unchanged.
The ocean still appears peaceful, concealing a remarkable transformation already underway. With every kilometer toward shore, the tsunami rises higher above the sea.
From the coastline, the sea still seems calm, hiding the immense force approaching offshore. The continental shelf acts like a giant ramp, lifting the tsunami toward the surface.
What was invisible across the open Pacific is slowly taking shape near the coast.
The shrinking depth beneath the wave forces its enormous energy upward into an ever-growing swell. The silent crossing is ending. Ahead, the tsunami is preparing to reveal its true and terrifying form.
As the tsunami approaches the continental shelf, the ocean begins dramatically reshaping its form.
The rising seafloor compresses the moving water, forcing the tsunami higher with every kilometer.
The shortening wavelength is transforming the once invisible tsunami into a rising wall of water. The changes are subtle from above, but the tsunami is growing larger with every passing moment.
The continental shelf redirects the tsunami's tremendous energy upward instead of forward.
The once hidden tsunami is now becoming clearly visible across the surface of the sea. Every meter of decreasing depth concentrates the tsunami into a higher and more powerful wave.
The tsunami has entered shallow coastal waters. Its hidden power is finally becoming impossible to ignore.
Now in shallow coastal waters, the tsunami begins rising rapidly above the surrounding sea.
With nowhere else to go, the tsunami's immense energy is forced upward into an ever-growing wave. The tsunami slows dramatically, but every lost kilometer per hour becomes additional height.
Seen from above, the tsunami appears less like a single wave and more like a moving mountain of water.
Even the largest tanker is dwarfed by the steadily rising wall of ocean ahead.
The shallower the ocean becomes, the more dramatically the tsunami rises toward the surface.
Across the coastline, the tsunami is becoming visible to anyone looking toward the open sea.
The once invisible pulse has transformed into an unmistakable wall of moving water.
The tsunami has become an unmistakable giant, rising dramatically as it nears the shoreline. From the seafloor to the surface, the ocean now moves together as a single immense mass. The wave continues rising higher, while its incredible momentum remains unstoppable. From the cliffs, the approaching tsunami reveals its astonishing scale across the entire coastline. Even the largest ocean-going tanker appears remarkably small beside the towering wave.
The tsunami is no longer just a surface phenomenon. It is the movement of the entire ocean itself.
Across every bay and headland, the same immense wall of water advances with relentless determination. The ocean has transformed into a moving landscape of extraordinary size and power. The towering wave now dominates the horizon, leaving no doubt about the immense forces at work.
The tsunami has completed its transformation. What began as a nearly invisible pulse has become a colossal wall of water approaching the coast.
Now towering above the surrounding sea, the tsunami dominates the horizon as it closes in on the coastline. The entire ocean is now surging landward, carrying an extraordinary amount of energy toward the coast. The wave grows ever steeper, transforming the peaceful sea into a moving giant. From the shoreline, the approaching tsunami appears almost endless, extending far beyond the limits of human sight.
Even one of the largest ships on Earth seems insignificant beside the immense scale of the tsunami. The tsunami is no longer simply a wave on the surface. It has become the movement of the entire coastal ocean.
Across every stretch of coastline, the same unstoppable wall of water advances with extraordinary force. Nature has reshaped the ocean into a moving barrier stretching from horizon to horizon. The coastline now stands only moments away from the full force of the approaching tsunami. The ocean's silent journey is over. The next chapter begins as the tsunami reaches the edge of the land. The tsunami has reached the coastline, carrying the full energy of its journey across the Pacific.
Its towering height now becomes unmistakable, casting an overwhelming presence across the entire coast.
From the seafloor to the surface, the entire ocean is now moving relentlessly toward land. The tsunami is no longer simply a surface wave. It has become the motion of the entire coastal ocean. Every bay, every headland, and every stretch of shoreline now faces the same unstoppable force. The Pacific has transformed into a single colossal wall of water, stretching beyond the horizon. Only moments remain before the immense wave begins its powerful encounter with the coastline.
After crossing the vast Pacific Ocean, the tsunami finally reaches the land, where its greatest transformation is about to begin.
The immense wall of water now approaches the shoreline with unstoppable momentum. The entire coastal ocean is now moving inland as one enormous body of water.
From high above, the tsunami appears like an advancing mountain stretching beyond the horizon.
The largest ships become tiny silhouettes against one of nature's most powerful forces.
Every second brings the towering wave closer to its inevitable encounter with the coastline.
As the water accelerates over the shallow seabed, its destructive potential continues to grow.
From above, the coastline resembles a chain of exploding waterfalls as the tsunami releases its energy.
The first collision with the coastline is only the beginning. The tsunami continues advancing, seeking every bay, inlet, and river mouth ahead.
After striking the cliffs, the tsunami searches for lower ground, pouring into every bay and coastal inlet. Natural bays funnel the advancing water, concentrating its energy into an even more powerful surge. Beneath the surface, the narrowing coastline accelerates the movement of the entire water column. The wave expands across the bay, filling every corner with astonishing speed. Where the coastline narrows, the tsunami is compressed into an even faster and more powerful current.
The coastline offers countless pathways, allowing the tsunami to spread far beyond the open shore.
Underwater canyons guide the rushing water inland, focusing tremendous energy into confined spaces.
Every island and rocky outcrop redirects the surge, creating powerful new currents throughout the coastline. Long, narrow inlets allow the tsunami to travel surprisingly far from the open ocean.
Having reached the coast, the tsunami now follows every natural pathway inland, where its remarkable journey is far from over.
As the coastline narrows, the tsunami is forced into increasingly confined spaces, intensifying its forward surge. The shape of the coastline determines where the tsunami becomes fastest and most powerful. Beneath the surface, the entire water column accelerates as it is squeezed through the natural channel.
Once inside a sheltered lagoon, the tsunami spreads outward with astonishing speed.
Constricted waterways amplify the tsunami, concentrating extraordinary amounts of energy into a smaller space.
Deep fjords can channel a tsunami many kilometers inland while preserving much of its remarkable energy.
The underwater landscape continues shaping the tsunami long after it reaches the shoreline.
Every island, reef, and rocky pinnacle divides the flow, creating countless powerful currents.
The more complex the coastline becomes, the more unpredictable the tsunami's movement becomes.
The first impact is over, but the tsunami continues advancing, guided by every curve and contour of the land.
As the tsunami enters a broad bay, the surrounding landscape begins concentrating its tremendous energy.
Natural coastal channels accelerate the advancing surge, increasing both its speed and height.
The underwater terrain channels the tsunami with remarkable efficiency, guiding the flow toward the shoreline. Every opening in the coastline becomes another pathway for the tsunami to travel farther inland. Where solid rock blocks its path, the tsunami releases its energy in spectacular explosions of water.
Even beneath the surface, the shape of the seabed continues controlling the movement of the tsunami.
Every obstacle reshapes the advancing surge, producing an ever-changing pattern of powerful currents. Within narrow fjords, the tsunami can travel remarkable distances while maintaining extraordinary power. The tsunami divides repeatedly, yet each branch continues carrying enormous amounts of energy.
The coastline has redirected the tsunami into countless pathways, but its immense journey across the land is only beginning.
Once inside the coastline, the tsunami follows every natural waterway that leads farther inland.
Confined channels compress the advancing water, increasing both its speed and destructive potential.
The surge extends from the surface to the seabed, carrying extraordinary energy through the entire water column. Deep fjords allow the tsunami to penetrate surprisingly far into the heart of the landscape. Around every rocky headland, the tsunami bends, divides, and reunites into powerful new currents.
The underwater landscape continues guiding the tsunami long after it reaches the shoreline.
The coastline transforms a single tsunami into an intricate network of interconnected surges. In the narrowest passages, the tsunami reaches some of its highest speeds after landfall.
Every natural opening in the landscape becomes another route for the ocean to continue its inland advance.
Guided by the contours of the land, the tsunami continues its relentless inland journey, revealing the extraordinary power of both water and landscape together. Confined by towering mountains, the tsunami surges deep into the fjord while retaining astonishing energy.
The narrowing channel forces millions of tons of seawater through an increasingly confined space.
Even within the deep fjord, the tsunami moves the entire body of water from the surface to the seabed.
From above, the tsunami resembles a powerful river flowing through a valley carved by ancient glaciers.
Each collision with the cliffs redirects tremendous energy back into the surrounding waters. The underwater landscape continues shaping the movement of the tsunami long after the first impact. Every bend in the coastline creates new currents, adding remarkable complexity to the tsunami's inland journey. Natural rock formations split the tsunami into countless surges that continue advancing together. The tsunami no longer advances as a single wave. but as an immense network of interconnected flows. The coastline has transformed the tsunami into a vast web of surging water, setting the stage for its next extraordinary chapter. Guided by the landscape, the tsunami continues carrying extraordinary energy far beyond the open coast. The narrowing passage concentrates the flow into one of the fastest surges of the entire journey. Even beneath the surface, every layer of the ocean continues moving inland with remarkable force.
From above, the tsunami appears as a vast river system spreading through the landscape.
Every rocky barrier redirects the wave, creating countless powerful currents that merge once again.
The hidden contours beneath the sea continue directing the tsunami long after it reaches land.
The coastline transforms a single tsunami into a breathtaking network of interconnected surges. The tsunami continually reshapes itself as every island and channel alters the direction of the flow. The landscape has become part of the tsunami itself, shaping its path while revealing the remarkable power of Earth's geology.
The first landfall is complete, but the tsunami's story continues. Beyond the coastline, its energy will keep reshaping the ocean.
For the first time, the ocean leaves its natural boundary. The invasion of the land has begun.
On flat terrain, the tsunami transforms from a towering wall into an incredibly fast-moving flood. Every natural obstacle slows the flow slightly, but the enormous momentum of the tsunami continues pushing forward.
As seawater advances inland, it instantly transforms freshwater habitats into a rapidly changing environment.
Even powerful rivers surrender as the tsunami temporarily reverses the natural direction of flow.
Lakes connected to the coast become temporary extensions of the ocean itself.
Where fresh and salt water collide, the resulting turbulence rapidly reshapes underwater habitats.
Natural valleys become enormous pathways, allowing the ocean to reach places it was never meant to touch.
Wetlands briefly soften the force of the surge, but they cannot halt the advance of the sea.
From above, the distinction between land and sea begins to disappear beneath the expanding flood.
The ocean has crossed its ancient boundary, and with every passing second, its reach extends farther into the heart of the continent.
The farther the tsunami travels inland, the more the shape of the land determines its path.
Low-lying wetlands temporarily spread the energy over a wider area, reducing its height, but not its momentum.
The sudden arrival of seawater transforms freshwater ecosystems within minutes, creating entirely new conditions for aquatic life.
For a brief moment, the river belongs to the sea, flowing in the opposite direction under overwhelming pressure.
Towering forests become silent witnesses as the advancing ocean reshapes the landscape around them. Beneath the surface, every root and fallen branch redirects the current, creating countless miniature streams. The landscape guides the flood like an enormous network of invisible channels carved over thousands of years.
Although the wave has become lower, its immense volume continues carrying extraordinary energy across the land.
Seen from above, the ocean has temporarily redrawn the map, erasing the familiar boundaries between land and water.
The ocean's invasion is no longer confined to the shoreline. It has become a vast inland force, reshaping every landscape in its path.
The flood continues searching for lower ground, expanding naturally into every valley and depression it encounters.
The forest scatters the flow into thousands of smaller currents, but the advancing water never loses its momentum. Below the surface, the flood quietly reshapes habitats that had remained unchanged for centuries.
Entire river networks briefly surrender to the immense pressure of the incoming sea.
Large inland lakes temporarily store part of the tsunami's energy before releasing it through connected waterways.
As sediment begins to move, the flood quietly starts reshaping the landscape from the ground up. What began as a single wave has become an intricate inland network of moving water.
Where the land flattens, the current slows, spreads outward, and begins filling every available hollow.
From this height, it becomes impossible to distinguish where the ocean ends and the land begins.
Though its towering crest has faded, the tsunami's greatest strength now lies in its immense volume, carrying the ocean farther inland than most people could ever imagine.
Far inland, the tsunami no longer resembles a wave. It has become an immense moving sea.
Even small changes in elevation are enough to redirect millions of tons of moving water.
Beneath the surface, the flood carries sediment, nutrients, and life into places never touched by the sea before.
Natural basins briefly capture the advancing flood, storing enormous volumes of seawater before it continues onward. Where valleys narrow, the flood accelerates once again, concentrating its immense force.
As the current slows in wetlands, fine sediment begins settling, quietly reshaping the landscape below. Nature's own waterways become highways, allowing the ocean to spread farther than the eye can see. The flood constantly adapts to the terrain, changing shape while never losing its relentless forward motion.
The farther the ocean advances, the more the land itself determines the tsunami's remarkable journey.
The invasion has reached its greatest extent. Soon, another powerful force will emerge, the ocean's inevitable return. At its maximum reach, the tsunami has transformed the landscape into an inland ocean. With its forward momentum slowly fading, gravity begins to dominate the movement of the flood. As the current weakens, suspended sediment gradually settles, quietly reshaping the underwater world. Natural basins temporarily store vast amounts of seawater, delaying the ocean's eventual retreat. For a brief period, entire forests stand surrounded by seawater in an environment unlike anything they have experienced before.
The water has slowed, but beneath the surface, countless subtle currents continue reshaping the flooded forest.
At this moment, the boundaries between rivers, lakes, and the sea have almost completely disappeared.
Although the surface appears calmer, an extraordinary volume of water still occupies the landscape.
From this vantage point, the tsunami has reached the greatest extent of its inland invasion.
The ocean can advance no farther. Soon, gravity will begin drawing every drop of water back toward the sea, beginning the next dramatic chapter. At its furthest inland reach, the tsunami pauses only briefly before nature begins reclaiming its balance. The powerful forward surge has slowed, leaving an immense volume of seawater spread across the land. The landscape beneath the water continues changing, even after the main surge has passed. Low-lying basins briefly become reservoirs, storing seawater before gravity slowly pulls it away. Silence settles across the flooded forest, masking the immense forces still hidden beneath the surface.
Although the surface appears peaceful, subtle underwater currents continue carrying enormous amounts of energy.
For a fleeting moment, the land has become part of the ocean itself. The flood has reached its quietest moment, but its story is far from over.
The tsunami has reached the end of its inland journey. The next movement will be in the opposite direction.
Every tsunami has two journeys. The first carries the ocean inland. The second, often just as powerful, begins as the water turns back toward the sea.
The inland flood reaches a rare moment of stillness, balanced between the force that carried it forward and the gravity that will soon pull it home. The towering wave has vanished, yet its extraordinary volume continues to dominate the landscape. Below the surface, the flood slows enough for the landscape to begin settling into its temporary new form. Across the lowlands, rivers, marshes, and lakes temporarily lose their identities as they merge with the sea. The silence of the flooded forest hides the immense journey the ocean has just completed. Life continues adapting beneath the surface, even as the flood prepares for its inevitable retreat. Seen from above, the Earth appears temporarily rewritten by the power of a single ocean wave. Although the flood appears peaceful, gravity is quietly preparing to reverse the entire movement. Invisible forces are already guiding the first drops of seawater toward the long journey back to the coast. The invasion has reached its end. What follows will be the ocean's return, a powerful retreat capable of reshaping the landscape all over again.
Every tsunami tells two stories. The first is the invasion. The second begins as gravity quietly calls the ocean home.
The retreat begins almost invisibly, as scattered pools of water unite into steadily growing currents. Beneath the surface, the direction of movement has changed. The ocean is beginning its journey back.
Rivers that once flowed backward gradually reclaim their natural direction toward the sea. And wetlands release the captured seawater slowly, acting as temporary reservoirs during the retreat.
As water escapes through every outlet, the landscape begins returning to its familiar shape. From above, thousands of small streams combine into powerful rivers, carrying the sea back toward the coast. As countless streams merge together, the retreat gains remarkable speed and strength. The return is no gentle withdrawal. Millions of tons of seawater now race together toward the shoreline. The ocean's return has begun, and in many places, this retreat will become just as powerful as the wave that first arrived. As more water joins the retreat, countless streams merge into powerful rivers racing back toward the sea. The retreat accelerates wherever the landscape funnels the water into confined channels. As the current strengthens, it begins carrying sediment and debris back toward the ocean. Across the floodplain, gravity gathers scattered water into an increasingly organized network of flowing rivers. Even forests that slowed the incoming wave now guide the retreat through countless natural pathways. Every obstacle creates swirling eddies that reshape the returning flow beneath the surface.
From above, the retreat reveals an immense natural drainage system working exactly as the landscape intended.
Where valleys become narrow gorges, the returning water regains tremendous speed and force. Every river now carries part of the ocean home, combining into an enormous returning flow.
Gravity transforms every descending valley into a powerful conveyor, carrying seawater back to the coast.
The returning current transports sediment grain by grain, quietly reshaping the riverbed below. The floodplain gradually empties as every channel guides the water toward lower ground. The wetlands release their stored water in countless narrow streams, adding steadily to the retreat. Even the smallest wetlands contribute to the immense volume of water returning to the ocean. From the highest peaks, the retreat appears like an enormous circulatory system, returning the ocean to its natural home.
As channels tighten, the retreat briefly becomes as energetic as the wave that first rushed inland.
The coastline comes back into view as countless rivers deliver the returning sea toward the open ocean.
The retreat is approaching the coast. Ahead, the returning flood will meet the ocean once again, completing one of nature's greatest cycles.
As the coastline draws nearer, countless inland currents unite into a single, powerful return flow.
The retreat accelerates dramatically, wherever the landscape funnels the returning water into narrow passages.
The returning current sculpts the riverbed, transporting enormous quantities of sediment back toward the sea. Nature steadily gathers scattered floodwaters into increasingly powerful waterways flowing toward the coast. Every marsh and wetland releases its stored water, feeding the growing return toward the ocean.
Even beneath the surface, thousands of small currents combine into one continuous journey back to the sea.
The entire watershed now works together, guiding the ocean back through pathways shaped over millions of years. Constricted canyons briefly magnify the retreat, unleashing bursts of extraordinary hydraulic power. The retreat is now concentrated into a few great rivers, each carrying enormous volumes of seawater toward the coast.
The ocean is almost home. Ahead lies one final confrontation, where the returning flood will collide with the endless sea once again.
The coastline is finally within reach. The retreat is entering its final stage.
Gravity continues to increase the speed of the returning flow as elevation drops towards sea level.
Sediment gathered far inland now completes the same journey, traveling back toward the ocean with the retreating water.
Every estuary becomes a final gateway, through which the inland flood returns to the sea.
The retreat has become an immense natural river, flowing with unstoppable momentum toward the coastline. Freshwater, seawater, and sediment merge into one dynamic system where land and ocean meet. Seen from above, the retreat resembles an intricate network of living arteries, returning the sea to its vast basin.
The final barriers offer only brief resistance before the returning flood rushes toward the open ocean.
The journey inland is over, but where the retreat meets the sea, one final chapter of the tsunami's story is about to unfold. The retreat reaches the coastline, where rivers deliver millions of tons of returning seawater back into the Pacific. As the returning flow reaches open water, powerful hydraulic forces begin redistributing its immense energy. Beneath the surface, sediment carried from far inland settles across the seafloor, reshaping the coastal environment. Across the coastline, every river becomes an outlet through which the tsunami completes its return. The coastline channels the retreat one final time before the returning flood dissolves into the endless sea. Marine ecosystems respond immediately as powerful returning currents sweep across the shallow coastal reefs.
From the sky, enormous plumes of returning water reveal just how far the tsunami once traveled inland.
Where river and ocean meet, opposing movements create a constantly changing mosaic of currents. The retreat slowly loses its identity as it merges with the immense circulation of the Pacific Ocean.
The ocean has reclaimed its waters, but the coastline now bears the lasting imprint of one of Earth's most extraordinary natural events.
The violence has faded, leaving only the quiet rhythm of the ocean reclaiming its natural balance. Energy that once arrived as a destructive wall of water is gradually dispersed across the vast Pacific. Beneath the waves, marine life begins adapting to a coastline that has been subtly reshaped by the tsunami. The rivers return to their familiar paths, restoring the natural connection between land and sea. But the same ocean that unleashed extraordinary power now appears calm once again, reminding us how quickly nature can transform.
For marine life, recovery begins almost immediately as the ocean settles back into its timeless rhythm.
Only from this scale can we appreciate the immense system that generated, carried, and finally absorbed the tsunami. The cliffs remain as silent witnesses, preserving the geological memory of countless ancient tsunamis.
The tsunami has disappeared into the ocean once more, leaving only its geological signature behind. The water has returned to the ocean, But its story is not over. The landscape now carries the lasting evidence.
The retreat is complete. Once again, the shoreline belongs to the ocean.
What appears peaceful today was only moments ago part of one of nature's fastest moving disasters.
Beneath the surface, life begins adjusting almost immediately to the newly reshaped coastline.
Rivers reclaim their natural rhythm, quietly erasing the final signs of the retreat.
The same shoreline that witnessed overwhelming power now returns to a quiet daily cycle of tides and waves. Nature begins recovering long before the memory of the event fades from the landscape. The Pacific appears tranquil once more, concealing the immense tectonic forces that continue to shape our planet beneath its surface. Every cliff, valley, and shoreline preserves evidence of ancient tsunamis that unfolded long before recorded history. Though the tsunami has vanished from sight, the geological story it wrote upon the Earth will endure for centuries.
The tsunami is gone, yet its greatest legacy is written not in the water, but in the landscape it forever transformed.
Long after the water retreats, the coastline quietly preserves the memory of every great tsunami.
Each exposed layer of rock records thousands of years of changing oceans and powerful seismic events.
Life beneath the sea quickly adapts, even after one of the planet's most powerful natural events. Over time, rivers reshape the land once more, softening the scars left behind by the tsunami.
Even the hardest granite slowly yields to the patient force of the sea.
Nature constantly rebuilds itself, but the geological record never truly forgets.
To the ocean's inhabitants, recovery begins with the very next tide.
The ocean appears peaceful, yet beneath its surface, immense tectonic forces remain constantly at work.
Every coastline tells a story. Some are written by gentle waves. The coastline remembers every great wave. Each layer tells a forgotten story. Ancient shorelines reveal Earth's restless past. Life quietly returns beneath the waves. Time reshapes even the strongest stone. The rivers begin writing a new landscape. Nature is always creating something new. The ocean's rhythm never truly stops. Beneath the calm, powerful forces remain. Our journey continues beneath the surface of Earth's living history. Nature always leaves behind clues. Every coastline records its own history. Life adapts faster than we imagine. Even gentle waves reshape the Earth. Stone remembers what water forgets. The ocean quietly restores its balance. Every rock has survived countless storms. The sea patiently carves its masterpiece. Earth is always changing beneath our feet. The greatest stories are written by nature itself. The Pacific has shaped these shores for millions of years, slowly carving every cliff, bay, and beach we see today.
Each passing tide removes tiny fragments of rock, creating dramatic coastlines over countless generations.
Healthy coral reefs protect coastlines, while providing shelter for thousands of remarkable marine species every day.
These sea stacks are the surviving remains of cliffs that once stretched much farther into the ocean.
Relentless waves slowly enlarge sea caves, proving that patience is one of nature's greatest forces.
Marine life quickly adapts as the ocean gradually settles back into its natural rhythm once again. Every coastline tells a geological story, written by earthquakes, waves, wind, and the passage of time.
Today's peaceful ocean hides the incredible energy capable of reshaping entire coastlines within only a few hours. Understanding Earth's past allows us to better prepare for the powerful natural events that still lie ahead. The deeper we understand nature, the greater our respect becomes for the extraordinary planet we call home. Beneath this peaceful ocean, tectonic plates are still moving, storing energy for Earth's next great geological event. Far below the surface, Earth's crust constantly shifts, even when the ocean above appears perfectly calm.
Most ocean waves are harmless, but some carry extraordinary energy across entire ocean basins without being noticed.
Scientists study coastlines like these to uncover evidence left behind by ancient tsunamis and earthquakes.
Healthy marine ecosystems often recover surprisingly well, reminding us of nature's remarkable resilience after powerful disturbances.
The same ocean that creates destruction also supports countless forms of life across our remarkable planet every day. These cliffs quietly preserve evidence of earthquakes and tsunamis that occurred long before recorded history began. Nature continues rebuilding itself, creating breathtaking landscapes shaped by countless generations of change and renewal. Every healthy reef reflects the remarkable resilience and beauty of life beneath the Pacific Ocean. The same waves that once carried destruction now return peacefully to the shore with quiet rhythm. The ocean teaches humility by reminding us that nature will always be larger than human imagination. With every new discovery, scientists reveal another piece of Earth's extraordinary geological story hidden beneath the sea. As our understanding grows, so does our respect for the powerful oceans that continue shaping the world we share. The ocean reminds us that true power is often silent, hidden beneath an endless surface of calm. Every coastline is a masterpiece, patiently sculpted by nature across millions of remarkable years. And life continues its timeless journey, thriving within one of Earth's most extraordinary environments. Beauty and power have always existed together within the vast Pacific Ocean. And even the smallest waves become powerful when given enough time to shape the Earth.
Healthy oceans protect an astonishing diversity of life, found nowhere else on our planet.
The farther we look across the ocean, the more we appreciate the remarkable planet beneath our feet. Nature's greatest lessons are found not in words, but in the landscapes surrounding us. May every discovery deepen our curiosity, our knowledge, and our respect for the remarkable planet called Earth. Thank you for exploring the incredible science, beauty, and power hidden beneath Earth's greatest ocean with us today. Our oceans remain powerful, beautiful, and endlessly inspiring. Until our next journey, thank you for watching.